how is the campaign going before you
Oh my
go?
gosh, it's going great. I have been traveling every day that I'm not in the classroom. People are excited, and I really feel like, you know, people know the choice this election. They can choose chaos or they can choose, you know, steady wisdom, experience. So
Jill Biden is still trying to convince people that her stodgy husband is capable of something other than pulling up his pants in the morning. Let's look at this hypocrisy together and see how deceitful and hypocritical she is.
It's not a part of you that's a little worried because
no,
you seem to be off kilter a little bit.
No, I feel that Joe will be reelected.
But when these polls, like the Wall Street Journal one, land in the White House and he's losing in all the battleground states.
No, he's not losing in all the battleground states. He's coming up, and he's even or doing better. So you know what? Once people start to focus in and they see their two choices, it's obvious that Joe will win this election.
I don't get it. She's counting on people being stupid? Why does Jill Biden still think her husband is doing well and is capable of running the government? I can't be divorced, and it's clear to me what to do about it and who to vote for.
Well, I'm a teacher, as you well know, and I've been teaching over 30 years, just like Missy has. And I always say teachers are our heroes. And I wanted to be here today to celebrate Missy, as I love celebrating teachers. And I have a special announcement, Missy.
Ooh.
Wow.
When you come to the White House, we are going to have a state dinner for the teachers.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a huge deal.
So
Thank you so much.
you'll have to pick your dress.
Absolutely. Do some thinking on that.
So it's the first time ever. So.
Yeah, I was going
that's
to
a
say, have you
huge
ever done
deal.
that before?
No, it's never been done, and we want to
I wonder whose idea that was. I wonder whose idea that was.
Well, it wasn't Joe's idea. He's incapable of coming up with anything good for the nation, other than getting us into a war and wrecking our economic system to smithereens.
What do you have to say, Ms. Chesterman? You walk out and there's the first lady. The first lady walks out bearing flowers for you.
Yes, that is absolutely amazing. I'm incredibly touched. I know how devoted you are to teaching, continuing to teach, even when you're the First Lady of the United States, first one ever to do that. And I know that we share the joy that there is to be found in education.
Yeah.
And our State Teacher of the Year cohort is made up of 55 of the most talented, amazing people, and they are going to be so incredibly excited to hear this news. So thank you for doing this for us.
It's one of my favorite events at the White House, when we bring in the Teachers of the Year and we celebrate them every year.
I was talking to Ms. Chesterman before we went on the air, and we were talking about children, and you said there's no such thing as bad kids. What did you tell me about bad kids?
There are no such thing as bad students. There may be kids who are having bad days or kids who are struggling with the circumstances they're in, but there is no such thing as a bad kid. Everyone can have a bad day, and you can always start over a little later in the day. You can start over the next day.
It's people like that who keep our country going, not sycophantic first ladies. You have to realize that they are the ones who are laying down the knowledge and teaching the future of our country to live like we do. And an old coward is only able to attend this celebration and read a speech from a piece of paper for them.
Dr. Biden,
like that philosophy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of struggling, we find more and more, and Tony just mentioned it, that these teachers struggle because of burnout, low pay. What can we do to help retain these heroes that we all deeply appreciate and need so much?
Well, I think it's up to the teachers who are already in the classroom to recruit other teachers and to mentor them, because that's exactly what Missy does. She mentors other teachers, and I think it's so important because we understand what a typical day is like and what our students are like and what they need. And it is true, students are struggling with mental health issues since the pandemic, and so are teachers, because the one thing you have to know is our students trust us. And they come to us every day with what they're struggling with, and they expect us to help them and find answers. And I think we have such a strong bond with our students, and it's such a great part of the job that connection. Don't you think, Missy?
That connection.
Believe me, to help them. We just need to provide some money and help our education more than we do now. You are sponsoring wars, ruining our country. Why don't you just look after yourselves instead of meddling in someone else's garden? Why don't you forget about us and help those inside the country? This is pure hypocrisy on the part of the First Lady.
And
Yeah.
that's when learning takes
Yeah.
place, when students realize that you're on their side,
Yeah.
you want them to be able to create a good life for themselves. That's when the learning takes place, because they know that someone believes in them.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Biden, we are so thrilled to have you. You're taking a little break from the campaign trail because you have stuff to do, I know.
There's a lot going on, Gail.
There's a lot going on. Like, you should know, people change. I changed clothes 3 times today because the First Lady is coming. Our big chief, Shauna Thomas, wore a dress today and makeup because
Oh,
the First
wow.
Lady's announced.
It's true.
I'm wondering, did you change clothes how many times because you knew you were going to meet Missy Testerman today? What did
No,
you
I
do?
just chose, a typical outfit.
You look great. We look like we're headed to a baby shower.
That is true.
How is the campaign going before you
Oh my
go?
gosh, it's going great. I have been traveling every day that I'm not in the classroom. People are excited, and I really feel like, people know the choice this election. They can choose chaos or they can choose, steady wisdom, experience. So
There's not a part of you that's a little worried because
no,
you seem to be
no,
off kilter a little
no,
bit.
I
Okay.
feel that Joe will be reelected.
But when these polls, like the Wall Street Journal one, land in the White House and he's losing in all the battleground states,
No, he's not losing in all the
All but
battleground
one.
states. He's coming up, and he's even or doing better. So you know what? Once people start to focus in and they see their 2 choices, it's obvious that Joe will win this election.
all right, the computer's going to take us off. But we want to thank you guys so much, Missy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You know, I'm sick of this hypocrisy and lies on every broadcast. The Biden family has been lying to us and our country for years. They steal from our wallet and then smile and say the wrong thing with a look in their eyes. Is this the kind of future we want for our country? We want to wake up with confidence in today and that we will not be out of work and our streets will be safe. What do you think about that? Write your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to watch other shocking videos on the channel.